Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater. And Sony is, oh, they're trying something right now. They're making a mad rush for that Spider-Man gold if they get their hands on it before the deal with Marvel runs out. I think at least to put the pressure on Marvel to keep working with Sony in order to keep Spider-Man in the MCU. Now, just the other day, it came out that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is looking to only pull in about $30 million in its opening weekend. And I did talk about that, saying that if it does fail, it will because Miles Morales will not, in fact, relate to the larger audiences at first. It's not to say that he's a bad character. He's a great character. But the average movie-going audience who knows Spider-Man, who doesn't read the comics, isn't going to know Miles. They're going to know the hell out of Peter Parker. And Peter Parker in the trailer looking like a fat schlub who just doesn't give a shit anymore is not going to do a lot to sell it. And with the success of Venom and people wanting that type of play, Spider-Man and Venom together, like we're talking $822 million worldwide. It beat out freaking Wonder Woman. The movie drops on DVD in 2 weeks. Literally, they just announced that today, by the way. Venom hits home video December 11th. It opened early October. 2 months, $800 million later, and Sony wants to slide into those DMs known as stockings for Christmas. And I get it. It's a solid move. But they're also announcing this here. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sequel and all-female spinoff are in the works from Sony. You can see where they're trying to hedge their bets on everything that is not necessarily direct Peter Parker Spider-Man, or at least Spider-Man movies, which are tied to the MCU now. They're trying to do everything they can around it in order to make it work. And it could be a solid play. It could be a solid move. We'll have to wait and see. But it says here, which is weeks ago before Sony unveils the buzzy animated movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Sony Pictures Animation is already putting the pieces together for not just a sequel, but a spin-off as well. Joaquin DeSantos, known for his work on cartoon series Avatar: The Last Airbender, and more recently Netflix's Voltron series, has been tapped to direct. David Callahan, who penned The Expendables and worked on Wonder Woman 1984, as well as Zombieland 2, is writing. Okay. I don't know if you'd want to sit there and go, this guy wrote The Expendables. Now, I love The Expendables. I think it was a very fine movie. It was a fun movie 8 years ago when it came out, but it wasn't really something I would sit there. I could write it over a weekend and still be just as satisfied. Zombieland 2, we don't know how that's going to turn out yet, so that's kind of a hard one to say. And they're trying to pimp up Wonder Woman 1984. Again, we haven't seen it, so we don't know if the script is any good. The script in the first Wonder Woman was kind of, it was a good movie, but the script is kind of, right? So still, let's be fair here. And Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick did Zombieland, and they're doing Zombieland 2. So I don't quite know where exactly this guy's fitting in Zombieland 2 category. Anyway, at the same time, Lauren Montgomery, who worked on Voltron and co-directed animated movies Batman Year One and Superman/Batman Apocalypse for DC, is in negotiations to helm an untitled spider-centric project that will gather the female heroes of the Spider-Man universe of characters in one adventure. Beck Smith, who wrote episodes of the CBS So Zoo, will pen the script. Again, I'm not discrediting their work, but it's like, hey, have you seen this show called Zoo on CBS? Well, one of the writers is doing the all-female movie. By the way, it's a male. It's a dude writing an all-female Spider-Man movie. I mean, come on. You know the headlines that are coming? And no, Beck Smith could in fact, I thought it was Ben. Sorry. It could be a female. In fact, I would argue that Beck is probably short for Rebecca. So I'm wrong on that one. But Lauren Montgomery here. Batman Year One and Superman Batman Apocalypse DC films are both really good. All right. And one of the things that's always been great about DC is their animated movies are pretty much top notch, right? They're grade A, amazing films. That should come out in theaters to try to get that take on Disney in some respects, but they do very well on home video, which is why DC pumps out like 5 of them a year, and they're usually very, very, very good. These two in particular are good, so I actually have a lot of faith in the director because she's tackled these kind of projects before, especially for DC, which is known for their dark, gritty style. And this is going to be more fun, upbeat, and flighty, which is all good in and of itself. Now, it goes on to say here, and this is we're talking about Amy Pascal, who is a producer on Spider-Verse as well as the live-action movies, will be back in the producer's chair for these projects. Phil Lord and Chris Miller, the brainiacs behind Spider-Verse, are expected to be creatively potentially involved, although no deals have been made. Avi Arad and Christina Steinberg are also expected to return in some capacity. Now, that's interesting too, because what we're looking at in regards to just the producer side of things is, for one, Amy Pascal now realizes that she's set for life. Even though all fans of Spider-Man movies and all these projects, they know that she got lucky with Venom. She might get lucky with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And so she's hedging her bets. Avi Arad, oh God, he has got to go. He's got to go. We've been saying that for years, but he still hangs on like toilet paper to your shoe walking up the steps of Air Force One. He sticks around. He is always there. But here's what we know in regards to who the characters might be, who might be showing up in this all spider female girl movie thingy. Saying here for the female spinoff, it says here that no plot details are sticking on the web right now, but look for the project to center on Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, Madam Web, Spider-Girl, and Silk are other people who might come into the film. Additionally, when it comes to Into the Spider-Verse 2, nothing's been revealed, but seeds have been planted in the upcoming inaugural outing, which mixed race character Miles Morales takes center stage. So it could be what they're doing is setting the groundwork for Miles here, putting him out there, see if he gets popular, laying the groundwork for the sequel, and make it his own movie without it being Into the Spider-Verse, it just being a straight Miles Morales film. That's going to be interesting to see if they can pull that one off. It's one of those things where I don't think it will have a problem developing a fan base. At any point in time, I feel that when it comes to this particular type of project, I think it's going to be either win it or lose it. I think it's going to be big or go home sort of thing. And I feel that ultimately Spider-Man will come out ahead. But Amy Pascal is using this kind of stuff right now as a way to very much win one over on Kevin Feige. She's trying to solidify her place with Sony and with Feige and keep that deal alive. If she can center on a spin-off franchise like Venom, Venom 2, Mobius, whatever else they're going to do for the parallel Spider-Man stuff and make that a success, and then focus on the kid-friendly animated movies and make that a success, then I feel that ultimately she's going to have a good place in all this. And she already tried to push the all-female thing with the Silver Sable Black Cat movies, which have both fallen through. They were pulled off the production schedule, and now we're getting an all-female Spider-Gwen story. And that's obviously meant to compete with Harley Quinn's Birds of Prey, as well as trying to keep the the full female team going to tap into that fan base. And again, not a bad thing. I'm not against that at all, but we have to wait and see how much of this is going to be Ghostbusters 2016 under Amy Pascal's leadership. You know what I mean? Like how much of it's going to be force fed. And that's going to end up kind of sealing the fate on all of this stuff. But also what's going to seal the fate is whether or not Into the Spider-Verse does good. Right? We don't know yet. Anyway, leave your thoughts, leave your comments. I want to know. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. If you made it this far, type Spider-Man into the chat so I know you guys made it. Thumbs up the video. Subscribe if you want more. Check back daily for more content from me. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day, and peace out.